Welcome, take a comfortable seat. Tonight's class we're going to be looking at the Yoga Sutras, so the kind of original text on yoga, ancient teachings that have been translated in a book called, that I'm reading at the moment, called Yoga, Power and Spirit, by, I don't actually remember his name, but I'll have a look. So I'll just read you the first few Yoga Sutras translated by this author. The teachings of yoga begin now. Yoga is vigilance, awareness, and stillness of the mind. Yoga frees you from the drama, the tragedy, the saga your mind creates, and allows you to experience your true self. Your true self knows reality and does not confuse it with the twisted tales your mind spins. So that's the first 3 Yoga Sutras. There are like 150 or something. But focusing on kind of that stillness and that central part of us that is always still, always connected to love, our true self. And with that intention, we'll start our class. We'll bring our hands together in front of the heart for chanting 3 Oms. Inhale. 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 Allowing vibration to reach every cell. And lowering your hands, you can place them on your belly and your chest or on your knees. We'll take deep belly breathing. Drawing the breath down into the belly. Softening through the abdomen. Allowing it to expand. Filling up, allowing the breath to take up space. Inhaling into the belly, the diaphragm, and then the chest. Exhaling the chest, diaphragm, belly, navel, drawers towards spine. Inhale, filling up your torso in all directions. Exhaling, settling into this space, onto your mat, into your body. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, releasing. Softening through the forehead, between the eyes. And then we're gently opening the eyes. We'll warm up the body. So we're going to inhale the hands up, looking up. Exhale, right hand to the floor, stretching over with the left. So we want to lengthen up first and then reaching over, bending the right elbow, planting the hand down, breathing into the armpit, You can look up or down depending on where your neck feels comfy. Inhale the hands up, looking up. Exhale, planting the left hand down, reaching over with the right. The grounding down through the hips, through the right knee, through the right side, reaching up into the fingertips. Inhaling up, and then we'll bring both hands down to the thighs. We'll take a nice gentle rotation with the belly, making circles very gently. Starting to loosen up the hips, the ribs. Then we'll go the other way. Exhaling back, inhaling forward. We'll come to a neutral position. We'll warm up the neck. Inhale, looking over the right shoulder. And then the other side, looking over the left shoulder. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And then rotating, bringing the chin down to chest, left to right. Inhale up, exhale down, flowing like that, back and forward. Very gentle, soft movements with your neck while we get warmed up. And on the next inhale, coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to come onto all fours. And if you want to have your fingers on the ground, having them spread nice and wide, supporting the wrists, or you can come onto fists. Fists also really helps if you feel like you have weak wrists. This can really help to strengthen your wrists. Okay, so taking whatever wrist position you feel comfy in, knees underneath hips. We're going to take cat-cow. So inhaling, sending the stomach down, head and hips up. Exhaling, rolling forward, tucking the chin and the tailbone, stretching the back up to the sky. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, roll back. Going with your own breath pace. Inhale, opening up through the front body. Exhale, opening up through the back body. And this movement with breath is what helps us to come into a still mind, when we can focus on the present moment in our body and our breath. That's when the yoga teachings begin. Yoga is vigilance, awareness, and stillness of the mind. And so practice a little more awareness of the micro movements that happen within each of the larger movements. And just notice there's no right or wrong. It's just bringing awareness into your body, into your breath, your movements. We'll come to a neutral spine. Drawing the navel back towards the spine, we're going to roll onto the right side, onto the right knee and right hand, right wrist. Bring the left leg back, The left foot planted on the floor. We'll take side stretch, reaching the left arm up. And again, look up with your neck or down, whatever feels stronger and more comfortable. Grounding down through the fingertips, pressing into the knuckles to protect the wrists. Grounding down through the feet on the floor, the knee. And then rising up through the hand. Inhale, expanding out. And on exhale, we'll bring the left hand down, planting it on the floor. We'll take the same on the other side. So rolling onto the left side now, grounding down through the right foot, back on the floor. And then raising the right hand up for a nice side stretch. Finding that steadiness within the pose, using your breath, centering. One more inhale here, and we'll bring the right hand down, back into all fours, and we'll inhale forward, exhale back into down dog. Bending your knees to start, and then straightening the legs one by one, walking the dog, stretching out through the backs of the legs. We want to lengthen from the fingertips up into the hips. If the knees need to be bent, that's okay. Lengthen the spine. And then coming to a still position, still down dog, we can release the head, shaking it yes and no. And then from here, we're going to walk our feet forward towards our hands, hands towards the feet. And for pregnant people, making sure that you've got a nice wide stance, making space for the body. And then folding over, bent knees, lots of space. And letting the head go. Keeping your knees as bent as your body will allow, feels comfortable. And then we're going to ground down through the feet, tucking the hips, raising the head, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae to come up to stand. Okay, so grounding down through the feet and then rising up through the crown of the head, rolling the shoulders up and back. Let's take Tadasana first, actually. Mountain pose. So rolling the shoulders up and back, palms facing forward and grounding down through the feet, feeling your roots, grounding down into the ground, into the earth. On the next inhale, opening the eyes, we'll bend the right knee, bringing it up to the center of the body, keeping a right angle with the knee. And then we'll bring the arms straight out in front or up above the head. Finding a place to focus, a spot on the floor or the wall in front of you to focus and balance with. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Grounding through the left big toe. Inhaling up, and then we'll exhale, release that side. We'll take the same on the other side, grounding down through the feet, rolling the shoulders up and back. Bringing the left knee up to a right angle, and same thing, same variation you did on the first side, hands in front or up above the head. Keeping that knee lifted. We want to feel that lift in the knee. Inhaling, exhaling, creating steadiness in the body. Inhale up and then exhale, release this side. We'll take tree pose. So it's not advised for pregnant bodies to take tree pose up in your thigh. It just destabilizes the pelvis too much. So we're going to take tree on the floor. So balls of the feet on the floor, ankle on the heel on the ankle, or we can take the foot on the calf. And that just creates more steadiness in the pelvis. Okay, so lengthening out through the knee. We'll bring our hands in front of the heart. We can stay here, or raising the hands up above the head. The tree pose. Grounding down through the left big toe. And don't worry if you wobble, moving side to side. That's how our body gets stronger, our balancing muscles get stronger. The pose is very grounding. Helps to calm the mind. Helps with concentration. One more deep breath here. And then we'll inhale, hands up, exhale, releasing the hands down. We'll take the same for the other side. So heel to ankle or foot on the calf, never on the knee. Okay, lengthening out through that left. We're kind of externally rotating the thigh and lengthening out through the knee. Bringing the hands together in front of the heart. And then hands overhead for more of a balance challenge. We want our hips to be, what's the word? We want our hips to be in line, neutral, and extending out through that left knee, grounding through the right big toe. Finding the stillness in the center of the pose. And breathing into that stillness. Inhale, bring the hands back together. Exhale, release the pose. We'll take a little shake. And we're going to take wide-legged forward fold. Yeah, have a glass of water. I'm drinking water, maybe not a glass. I'm drinking water. I'm going to take the feet wide on the mat. And we want to have the, depending on what's comfortable for you, it's advised to have the outside of our feet parallel, but I've heard from female teachers that isn't always nice for us. So we just don't want our feet to be kind of like facing out. They're roughly parallel with each other, and a comfortable kind of wide-legged stance. We're going to take the arms out to the side, stretching out through the fingertips, length through the head, and then exhale, coming from the hips, straight back, all the way down, placing the hands on the floor. Okay, from here, we're going to open up through the backs of the legs by gently bringing the body, the torso forward, and gently bringing the legs back. So creating that space in the back and the hips, those micro movements. Separating the sitting bones, rotating the hips up and back. So keeping the back straight allows our hips to kind of open up gently, and then we can fold down if that feels comfortable. If not, keep yourself on fingertips or even on a block. That feels better, more space. And of course, if anything ever doesn't feel good in your body, just come out of the pose. You can keep your knees bent as well for more space. You can always bend your knees in any postures that require kind of a straight leg. The knee can always be gently bent for more space. And on the next inhale, we're going to bend the knees generously, ground down through the feet, and then come up the stand. Really nice. We're going to come to the front of the mat, hands together in front of the heart. Nice deep inhale. We're going to lengthen up through the hands and then exhale through the heart all the way down, folding down, and then coming into a squat. So we're going to widen the stance between our feet and then sitting down into the heels for squat pose. If there's space under your heels, fill it, feel free, or you can, if it's comfortable, not to, that's okay. I'm going to bring the elbows into the knees and the hands together in front of the heart. Nice lengthen the spine. Lengthening from the root all the way up to the crown. Really nice. Nice deep breathing into the belly, into the hips. And then we'll release that pose, bringing the knees down. We're going to sit on the knees. So again, feel free, if it's more comfortable, to fill the space underneath your hips on top of your knees. Okay, so sitting on the heels, Vajrasana. This is a great pose for after you eat, because the pressure points of your heels go into the stomach meridian. So sitting on your heels, closing down the eyes. I'm going to take some deep belly breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Breathing into your stomach. You store lots of tension in the stomach. Deep breaths into the stomach. We'll take cow's face arms. So, sorry, these are eagle arms, sorry. We'll take eagle arms. So bring your hands out to the side. We're going to bend the elbows and cross the arms over one another. Let's go left underneath right. And then we're going to bring the backs of the palms together. Or you can take the full twist and bring the palms, the fingers and palms together. But we don't want to feel any strain in the shoulders, so just wherever, backs of the palms together or the full twist. And with the gaze, we're looking through the hands, keeping the elbows lifted. Breathing through the intensity. Sending breath to the place that feels stretched. Maybe be uncomfortable. And then very gently on an inhale, we'll raise the elbows up and on the exhale down. Very gentle micro movements. Inhaling up, exhaling down. One more breath at that. And then we'll release the arms very gently, very slowly. Rolling the shoulders up and back. And we'll take the same for the other side. So feel free to shake your feet out if you need to. And also if you want to come to a cross-legged position as well, then you can. If not, we'll take the same for the other side. So we'll bring the hands out to the side. And then we cross the left under right. So we'll go right under left. Bringing the backs of the palms together or the full twist. And then a gaze out through the hands. A few nice deep breaths here. And then we'll inhale, raising the elbows up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then releasing the arms. Ooh, I find that one so intense. But it's really nice. Lots of opening. Okay. So we're going to come onto our backs now. Yeah, backs. We're going to take active bridge pose. So we're going to take active bridge pose, lying on the back and just settling onto the floor. Let's neutralize our pelvis. So bring the fingers into a triangle. Place the triangle on your pelvis. And then rock the pelvis forward and back until you find where it feels nice and neutral. And then settle. Settle the hips into the ground. Roll the shoulders up and back. Lengthen through the neck. So for active bridge, we're going to ground down through the feet, pressing into the feet to raise the hips and the arms on an inhale. And then on an exhale, bringing the hands back down with the hips. Okay? So we're going to make the full range of movement last with the full breath. And we'll begin. So press into the feet. Inhale. Lifting the arms, lifting the hips. Arms come to the floor. Exhale. Bringing the arms and the hips back down. Inhale. Coming up and over. Exhale, coming forward. One more like that. Allowing the arms to settle, the hips on the floor. Taking a deep breath here. We'll release the shoulders, interlacing the fingers above the head and facing the palms up. Bring your shoulders back down into the joint and then rotate the palms in a circle. Nice small circles to begin with and then getting larger. Just feeling where your body wants to move. Just free movement for you to relax through the shoulder joints. And then going the other way, starting small. This is stretching all the fingers and the wrists, the forearms, creating lots of nice fluid movement in the shoulder joint. We'll release the arms down. We'll take figure 4, crossing the right ankle over the left knee, drawing the knees in towards the body, interlacing the fingers. Interlacing the fingers around the left thigh, sorry. Nice deep breathing into the hips. Sending breath into the stretch. We'll exhale, release this side, and we'll take the right ankle and rotate the hip inwards, bring the knee towards the floor. So the foot is kind of on the floor next to you. And we don't want to pull the knee down towards the floor, we want to lengthen through the knee, which will create that space. Deep breathing into the inner thigh, into the rotation. We'll bring that knee up, back round. We'll take the same for the other side. So figure 4 stretch, crossing the left ankle over the right knee, drawing the knees in towards the body, interlacing the fingers around the right thigh. Nice deep breath into the hips. Exhale, softening through the shoulders, through the forehead, through the jaw. One more deep breath here. We'll exhale, release. Taking hold of the left ankle with the hand, we'll rotate the knee internally, lengthening out through the knee. Nice deep breathing. Again, we don't want to be pulling the knee towards the floor, allowing gravity to gently do that whilst we lengthen out through the knee. deep breath here. And then we'll bring the knee up and back round. Well, we'll take Shavasana. So Shavasana, we lie with the legs out straight, hands by the side of the body, or we can place the knees gently resting against each other, feet on the floor, if that feels better for your back. So get comfortable however you'd like to have Shavasana. If you'd like a blanket, put your socks on. And then once you're comfortable, closing down the eyes. Once you're comfortable, closing down the eyes. Arriving here in Shavasana in stillness, the body settling. I'll read you Yoga Sutra number 3. Yoga frees you from the drama, the tragedy, the saga your mind creates, and allows you to experience your true self. So well done for showing up to practice, dedicating time to still that very busy mind. So that we might get further towards our true self, being in our true self. With each exhale, letting go, softening. Exhaling, releasing through the feet. Relaxing through the ankles, calves. Allowing the kneecaps, knee joints to let go. Melt the thighs. Feel them drifting towards the ground. Soften through the hips. And pelvis melts down. Widens, softens. Relax through the stomach. Feel all that restriction and tension tension softening and melting. Through the diaphragm, the ribs, moving through the heart, lungs, armpits. Feel them fill with air. Exhaling, releasing anything stagnant. Feel the shoulders melting, gravity gently pulling them down, widening through the collarbone. Inviting breath up into the corners of the shoulders. Exhaling any tension. Up and through the upper arms, the elbows, relaxing through the lower arms and wrists. Opening through the hand, fingers, relaxing through the neck, jaw. Feel the jaw unclench, let go. Soften through the cheeks, behind the eyes. Feel all tension in your face melt away. Widen through the forehead, creating space between the eyes. Let go of the crown of the head. Letting go fully now. Surrendering into the crown beneath you. Yoga is vigilance, awareness, stillness, and mind. Tune into your own awareness, your awareness of your body, my voice, the room you're in. Up and invite deeper breath. Deep breath. Keeping the eyes closed, gently moving through the fingers, toes, gently moving the head side to side. In your own time, when you feel ready, roll onto your right side. Taking a deep breath on your right side, and then pushing your hands into the ground, head coming up last. Keeping the eyes closed, we'll sit for a couple of minutes in this stillness that we've created. Bringing your full presence to your breath, this moment. Feeling to expand, watching the exhale as it releases. Here we bring our hands together in front of our heart. I will chant on Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Inhale. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace everywhere, everyone. Thank you for joining me this evening.